video is sponsored by HB Tuners. HB Tuners is an incredibly user-friendly tuning software and data logging software I've been using for years. And you can use HB Tuners on all sorts of different platforms, but I primarily use it on my Ford products. And HB Tuners just released the brand spanking new MPVI4, the most advanced OBD interface out there. Simply plug in your MPVI4, plug it into your laptop, and then you are good to go. And HB Tuners gives you all the tools to make changes on the fly, which is very important at a busy track day. When you just want to check in on things, make sure your motor's healthy and everything is going according to plan, which, as we all know as car people, is not always the case. There's been several times where I've data logged with HB Tuners and it has truly saved the day. So once again, huge thanks to HB Tuners for sponsoring today's video. They're one of my biggest supporters, so please let them know that I sent you over at hbtuners.com. Thanks so much, and let's move on with the video. Hi everyone, David here, and today I'm in a Lamborghini. This is a Huracan, and it looks like a normal white Huracan. But what people don't know is what is in the back. Now, recently, I just drove the fastest car I've ever driven, and that was a R35 GTR that made 1,800 wheel horsepower. Oh my God. 60 to 130 in 2.5 seconds. And my buddies over at Off the Line Performance say, hey, we have this Huracan that's an Alpha 20 package built by AMS, and it makes 2,600 horsepower on full mode. But naturally, I'm going to ease into it. Well, I'm not going to do that immediately. It's a Huracan EVO. The Huracan EVO had a few adjustments here and there compared to the factory Huracan. I've also driven the Huracan Performante as well. So I've driven every Huracan now except the STO. This is kind of the last one before the STO. I have to say, just driving normally right now, it sounds like a Lambo and it acts like a Lambo, and you cannot tell that there's anything else done to it. AMS did a fantastic job with the drivability, because remember, it's fully built. Everything's fully built, the gearbox, the motor, whole 9 yards, because in order to give this kind of punishment to a car, you have to. We also have beadlocks that you need. We also have the tires that you need. You sit nice and low, and I'm in a carbon bucket, and I can barely see anything right now. So basically I have to do the ostrich neck every time I go through a parking lot. I do have harnesses right here, but in order just for ease of use, I have the normal seatbelt on, if you're asking why there's a random strap right here. The Huracan EVO as well has a little bit nicer interior, stitching's a little bit better, the dash is a lot nicer than the original one, much more similar to like the SVJ and the Aventador kind of side of things. But the Huracan had an amazing run, right? They're finally replacing the Huracan. It's proven itself not only as maybe the best-selling Lambo ever, at the same time, as a platform, it has proven itself. And I know that these cars are so unrelatable to people that it's kind of hard to get excited about sometimes, right? But for me, it just shows how far the tuning industry and the performance industry has gone, just to say that these things can do the thing. If you were in the 1990s and somebody was like, yeah, I'm gonna boost a Lambo, people were like, I'm sorry, what'd you just say? Nowadays, it's common practice. People buy a Huracan and they're like, no, not fast enough. And then they do this, and then it gets way too out of hand. We're starting on low boost, which is 1,500 wheel, so no big deal. It's funny though, because the Huracan to many people say it's a great car, but it's not a great Lamborghini. They say the big body cars like the Aventador, the Murcielago, all that kind of stuff, that's the real Lambo, right, with the V12 and everything. You won't launch it. But the baby Lambo, in my opinion, with its handling and everything, it's a little bit more livable, but it's also an option if you want to go to the Audi R8, right? It's the same car in a lot of ways. So if you want the more comfy Huracan, you go buy the R8. So there you go. But this thing, you can already tell it's going to be barbaric when I finally get on it. Visibility in the Huracan, like I said before, not great. The first time I ever got pulled over while filming was in a Huracan, and it wasn't for speeding. It was because I had a hat on, the roof line was so low, and I accidentally crawled through a red light when it turned red. And of course, that's not very dramatic, but that just shows the visibility. The EVO is even worse. The rear glass doesn't exist anymore, really. Of course it's there, but it has basically these louvers on it, and you can't see it. But when you pop the rear bonnet on this thing, or the rear hood, it's beautiful. It's an absolute stunner of an engine bay, because with the Lambo stuff, that's kind of like the flex, right? Not only does it make the cool sounds and everything, it also looks incredible with all the craftsmanship that AMS did. I've also driven Kyle Loftus's Audi R8 that was twin turbo, so it's gonna be interesting to feel the comparison to that, which was also built by AMS. All right, I'm gonna do a warm-up hit. Woo! Oh, yep, fastest Lambo I've ever driven. Fastest Lambo I've ever driven after that first hit. Wow, I had to brace my shoulders. That was stupid. I should have leaned into it. Holy dude, holy. The R35 I drove, because naturally when people think about extraordinarily fast tuner cars, they think of the Lambo and they think of the R35, right? Those are the two big dogs of the industry. That initial pull was barbaric, so at least I know what to expect now. We're literally pulling the front on a Lamborghini. The front nose is coming up. And now look, I'm back to normal. I don't have to yell at you. Like, tuner cars, you know, naturally if they're gutted and everything like that, you're screaming at your buddy in the passenger seat. This car was road tripped for 2.5 hours to this event. And this is on low boost. Dude, I felt like I went to the stratosphere on freaking low boost. It's also tuned by Junior, or of JR Tuned. He was super proud of this car. He loved it. He really wanted a lot of media on this car. He's like, man, this thing needs more love in the media. So thankfully I was blessed by Off the Line to be able to drive this thing. So huge thanks to them as always. Oh, that was very fast. There was a car behind me. It's gone now. That's keep saying the R35 compared to this, right? But it's interesting, in the Lambo, you're sitting so low, right? So you have this feeling of when you see the lines on the road, the dotted lines in the middle turn into one line. That's what's happening right now. I know people are gonna ask, so I turned it all the way up just for one. And it's going to spin, right? Because of course all of you guys are gonna be upset if I don't turn it up. So I turned it all the way up just to show how stupid it is. And then if it spins, which it will, I'm gonna turn it back down so we can enjoy it again and go home safely. That's the key to this. Like I said, turned up, 2600 wheel. 2600 wheel horsepower. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Okay, woo! I proved my point. I proved my point. Dude, it spun, but it was still going straight. That was all of it. And I short shifted just to see what would happen, but it still went straight, so I'll do one more brave one. We're gonna do one more brave one. I just laid down 11s on the street. There's black marks on the road right now. Ow! Sorry, carbon seat. Here's the problem. When I drove the R35 GTR, I was on a much tighter road, right? A smaller road. Here in the Midwest, horsepower is completely dwarfed, right? Because, okay, not dwarfed, but you know what I mean. I think this one is faster. I just can't quite tell because I'm trying to survive the entire time I drive it. Absolutely barbaric. Absolutely barbaric car. AMS built a hell of a car. This thing, it never broke a sweat. You know, I just did 3, 4, 5 pulls, right? And 2,000 horsepower. And I can talk to you right now. This video, I know, was pretty simple, right? I just wanted to see what this was like. Unbelievable experience, and I can't really put it into words. The GTR at the time was scarier for me because the environment I was in. This was scarier just from the sense of speed, I would say. They're comparable, and I know I've said it a million times, but turned all the way up, this thing is... I'm also proud of myself for just being brave enough to try it at least once, right? And then the surface I was on took it. It spun. I was spinning all 4 wheels, but we were still going straight, which is amazing. And that's all I got to say about that. On that note, huge thanks to the guys at Off the Line Performance for trusting me with this absolutely crazy car. I appreciate them. AMS, you did an amazing job if you're listening. Along with that, Junior, amazing job tuning it. Absolutely incredible car. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace. Oh.